I'm that bookish mom, and welcome to my December wrap-up. I did not get to read as much as I wanted to this month, but I read a lot more than I did last month, and the month before, and the month before that, so I'm not mad. The first book that I read was Fairest by Marissa Meyer. So as you know, this is the prequel to the Lunar Chronicle series, and it is all about Queen Lavanna. Oh, post it. I really like how she made this her own, but I did enjoy this book. I still have a few questions that I don't really want to ask because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who has not read this book yet, but I really did enjoy it and I gave it 4 stars. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Like I said, so upset with myself for not reading this sooner. I absolutely loved it. I love this retelling of Beauty and the Beast. I thought it was absolutely amazing. Just everything that happened in this book. Wow. 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 It was really hard for me to put this down. Really hard for me to read the end of it, but now that I have A Court of Mist and Fury, I am so pumped about continuing this series. I gave this 4.5 stars. Fablehaven by Mull is another book that I read this month, and this has been on my shelf for a really long time, and I finally just decided to pick it up and read it. So it is the first book in the Fablehaven series, and I really loved just how family oriented it is. This is something that I would probably want to read with Aurora and any future kids that we have, just because of how family oriented it is, and I thought it was really sweet, and just the sibling dynamic was really awesome and really made me wish that I grew up with siblings. So Kendra and Seth are brother and sister, and they could not be more opposite. So Kendra is more of a rule follower and Seth, of course, is more of a rule breaker. But I mean, the shenanigans that they got into because of Seth was just, I don't know, it's kind of like typical brother stuff. So they discover some really crazy secrets, go on some adventures, and get to hang out with some pretty cool creatures. I gave it 3 stars. Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills was such a good read, and it got me back in a contemporary mood because for the longest time I just was not in the mood for any contemporary books. And so thank you, Emma Mills, because now I really want to read more contemporary, which is why I bought Eleanor and Part by Rainbow Rowell. The characters were realistic and just lovable. The friendships and bonds in this book are just so entertaining. Honestly, it kind of made me wish I was back in high school, which is not something that you would hear me say very often. It was just a really fun read and easy and quick, and I gave it 5 stars. How could I not? It was so entertaining. The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Barnhill. This was a really great read. I loved all of the characters and the relationships between the characters. There were lots of funny parts in here. The plot was so new to me, which made it really enjoyable. And so overall I gave this book 4.5 stars. And The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. Sarah, girl, you pulled at my heartstrings. I am so excited to start Throne of Glass and the series, and I just cannot believe everything that Selena went through, and I can't wait to see what else she's going to go through, even though I'm hoping that it's not as intense. It probably will be, but I don't even care because it's worth it, and Selena and her story. I mean, I read this first before starting Throne of Glass just because I like reading in chronological order, like what happened first. I need to know what happened first before Throne of Glass. So I did read this first before starting the series, and I don't regret it. Like, I really liked it, and I'm so glad that I read it before starting the series, just because now I know, whoa, what am I about to get into? It was a really great ride, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4.5 stars. So that is my December wrap-up. Like I said, I didn't read as much as I would have liked to, but I did read a lot more than I have been, so I'm very happy with the books that I read this month. So yeah. I'm hoping that I will be going into 2018 reading a whole lot more, and January is going to be awesome because I have a whole lot of books that I plan to read. Thanks for watching.